Have you ever looked at someone from a different country and been struck by how familiar they seem? It's a moment that can catch you off guard, making you wonder if you've met this person before or if they remind you of someone you know. This feeling of familiarity transcends borders and cultures, creating a sense of connection that is both surprising and intriguing. It's a peculiar sensation, like a glitch in the matrix, that makes us question the very nature of human diversity. How can people from such different backgrounds look so similar? Is it a mere coincidence, or is there something deeper at play? This phenomenon is particularly intriguing when it comes to Americans and Russians. Despite the vast geographical distance and the complex political history between these two nations, the physical similarities between their people are often striking. Despite their geographical distance and often tumultuous political relationship, these two groups often share strikingly similar physical characteristics. From facial features to body types, the resemblances can be uncanny. So, what's the reason behind this transcontinental resemblance? Is it a quirk of genetics, or does it have something to do with the shared history and cultural exchanges between these two nations? The answer, as with most things in life, is not so simple. It's a complex interplay of factors that have shaped the way we look and perceive each other. It's a tapestry woven from threads of history, culture, and genetics, each contributing to the complex picture of human likeness. The migrations, wars, and alliances over centuries have left their mark on our DNA and our cultural identities. Over centuries, the ebb and flow of populations, the exchange of ideas, and the very genes that shape us have intertwined the destinies of Americans and Russians in ways we are only beginning to understand. The shared experiences, whether through conflict or cooperation, have created a unique blend of characteristics. In this exploration, we'll embark on a journey through time and across continents, seeking to unravel the factors that have led to these shared characteristics. We'll delve into the historical migrations that brought different peoples together and the cultural exchanges that have influenced our appearances. From ancient migrations to the tumultuous events of the 20th century, we'll uncover the hidden connections that bind us together. The wars, the alliances, and the movements of people have all played a role in shaping who we are today. So, fasten your seatbelts, and let's delve into the fascinating world of human resemblance, where we'll discover that sometimes the faces we see in the mirror are reflections of a shared past, stretching back through generations and across the globe. This journey will not only reveal the connections between Americans and Russians, but also highlight the universal threads that connect all of humanity. To understand why Americans and Russians might share physical traits, we must first journey back in time, to an era long before the United States or Russia even existed. This journey takes us back tens of thousands of years, to a time when the world was a vastly different place both in terms of geography and climate. Imagine a world where massive ice sheets carved their way across continents, shaping not just the land but the very course of human history. These glaciers were like nature's sculptors, creating valleys, mountains, and rivers that would become the pathways for human migration. This was the Pleistocene epoch, a time of great climatic upheaval that set the stage for the first waves of human migration out of Africa. The changing climate forced early humans to adapt, innovate, and explore new territories in search of sustenance and safety. As early humans ventured out of their ancestral homeland, they embarked on epic journeys, driven by the need for food, resources, and new lands to call their own. These journeys were fraught with challenges, from harsh weather conditions to dangerous wildlife. Yet they persevered. These migrations, spanning millennia, carried them across continents, over land bridges now submerged beneath the sea, and ultimately to every corner of the globe. The land bridges, such as the Bering Land Bridge, were crucial in connecting different parts of the world, allowing humans to spread far and wide. One of these migratory paths led eastward, across Asia, eventually reaching the vast expanse of Siberia. This journey was not just a physical one but also a testament to human resilience and adaptability in the face of extreme conditions. It was here, amidst the unforgiving cold and challenging terrain, that the ancestors of many modern-day Russians and East Asians made their home. They developed unique survival strategies, from building insulated shelters to crafting specialized tools, which allowed them to thrive in such a harsh environment. Meanwhile, another branch of these early explorers journeyed westward, crossing the Bering Land Bridge, a now submerged landmass that once connected Asia and North America. This monumental crossing marked the beginning of human presence in the Americas. These intrepid travelers, braving the unknown, became the first humans to set foot on the American continents, laying the foundation for the diverse indigenous populations that would flourish there. Their arrival marked a new chapter in human history, one that would see the rise of complex societies and rich cultural traditions. Though separated by vast distances and time, these ancient migrations planted the seeds of genetic kinship between the future inhabitants of America and Russia. This shared heritage is a testament to the interconnectedness of human history, reminding us that, despite our differences, we all share common roots. Fast forward millennia, and we find ourselves on the precipice of the 20th century, a time of rapid change and modernization. The world was becoming more interconnected, yet it was also a period fraught with tension and conflict. This era was marked by unprecedented global upheaval. The two world wars, cataclysmic events that reshaped the geopolitical landscape, brought about significant changes in the way nations interacted and how people lived their lives. These wars would have profound and often unexpected impacts on the demographics of both America and Russia, altering the course of history in ways that are still felt today. The First World War, a conflict of unprecedented scale and brutality, saw millions of soldiers and civilians displaced from their homes. The sheer scale of the conflict was unlike anything the world had seen before. Among those displaced were countless Russians, fleeing the turmoil of revolution and war. The Russian Revolution added another layer of complexity, forcing many to seek refuge in far-flung corners of the globe. Many of these Russian émigrés found themselves on American shores, drawn by the promise of freedom and opportunity. They brought with them their language, their culture, and their genes, enriching the American cultural landscape. These immigrants contributed to the already diverse tapestry of American society, adding new threads to the cultural fabric of the nation. Their influence can still be seen in various aspects of American life today. The Second World War, even more devastating than the First, further amplified these trends. The conflict, which pitted the Allied powers, including the United States and the Soviet Union, against the Axis forces, led to massive global shifts. The aftermath of World War II saw yet another wave of global migration. Many Russians, particularly those who had been displaced or had family ties abroad, chose to remain in the countries where they had sought refuge or had been stationed during the conflict. This included a significant number who opted to stay in the United States, further contributing to the blending of cultures and genes. The post-war period was a time of rebuilding and reimagining, and the contributions of these immigrants were invaluable. The legacy of these migrations is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. The blending of cultures and the exchange of ideas have enriched societies, creating a more interconnected and diverse world. As we reflect on the impact of the world wars, it is clear that these events, while devastating, also brought about a unifying effect. They forced people to move, to adapt, and to integrate, leading to a more diverse and interconnected global community. The blending of cultures and genes that resulted from these migrations has left an indelible mark on the world, shaping the societies we live in today. The world wars, in their own tragic way, helped to create a more unified and diverse global community. Section 4. The Cold War, a cultural exchange of ideas and aesthetics. While the world wars led to significant physical displacement and the blending of populations, the Cold War, a period of intense ideological struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union, fostered a different kind of exchange, one of ideas, culture, and aesthetics. Though often portrayed as polar opposites, the two superpowers, locked in a battle for hearts and minds, couldn't help but influence each other. American music, fashion, and film seeped through the Iron Curtain, captivating Soviet audiences hungry for a glimpse of life beyond the socialist state. Conversely, Russian literature, ballet, and classical music found fervent admirers in the West, offering a window into the soul of a nation often shrouded in mystery. This cultural exchange, though often subtle and subversive, had a profound impact on the perceptions and aspirations of both societies. The idealized images of beauty and masculinity projected through film, music, and propaganda began to converge. The chiseled features and strong jawlines often associated with Hollywood heartthrobs found their counterparts in the stoic heroes of Soviet cinema. Similarly, the flowing gowns and elegant hairstyles favored by Hollywood starlets resonated with the ideals of femininity embraced by many Soviet women. Section 5. Genetics, tracing our roots back to a common source. Beyond the tangible influences of history and culture, there lies a deeper, more fundamental connection between Americans and Russians, our shared genetic heritage. To understand this, we must delve into the very building blocks of life, our DNA, and trace the intricate web of ancestry that unites us all. As we've explored, the ancestors of modern-day humans originated in Africa, embarking on their epic journeys across the globe thousands of years ago. As these early explorers ventured further from their ancestral homeland, they carried with them their genetic blueprints, passing them down through generations. Over time, as populations dispersed and settled in different corners of the world, they developed unique genetic variations, influenced by factors like environment, diet, and random mutations. These variations, passed down over generations, are what give rise to the diversity of human features we see today, from skin color and eye shape to hair texture and facial structure. However, despite these regional variations, it's important to remember that we all share a remarkable degree of genetic similarity. In fact, studies have shown that humans are about 99.9% genetically identical, a testament to our shared ancestry and the relatively recent time frame of our dispersal across the planet.